The book of Ezra 3:9. Yeshua with sons and brother, Kadmiel, and the sons of Yahuda set workmen in the house of the source. 3:10. When they set the foundation of the temple of the source, they set priests in their apparel, and the Levites with the instruments to praise the Mosai after the ordinance of Dawood, king of Israel. 4:1-2. Adversaries asked to build thy house, for they said, we seek your source. We sacrificed to thy since the days of Esar, Hadon, king of Assur. 4:3. They replied, you'll have no parts in this building. 4:4. The people of the land weakened the hand of Yahuda and troubled the buildings. 4:5. Hired counselors against them to frustrate their purpose. Isaiah 1:16. Wash and clean yourself and put away evil doings from before my eyes and cease your evil. 1:17. Learn to do good and seek judgment and relieve the oppressed. Exactly. 1:18. Come now and let us reason, says thy. 1:19-20. Blink. 1:21. How's the faithful city become a harlot? Righteousness lodged in it, and now only murderers. 16:1-5. Blink. 57:21. There's no peace to the wicked. 57:20. The wicked are like the troubled sea that isn't able to rest. Ezekiel 43:10-11. Blank. 1 Corinthians 7:35. Saying this for your own good, not to reject you, yet that you may live the right way in undivided devotion to thy. 7:37. The one who has settled this matter in their mind under no compulsion, yet has control over their will, made up their mind not to marry, this one does the right thing. 13:1. If I speak in the tongues of humans or of angels, yet don't love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. 13:2. If I have gift of prophecy and fathom all mysteries and knowledge and move the mountains, yet not love, I am nothing. To love is to keep thy words. Exactly. 13:4. Love is patience. There it is. Love is patience, kindness, no envy, no boasting, not proud. 13:5. Does not dishonor others, not self-seeking, not easily angered, keeps no record of wrong. 13:6. Delights not in evil, yet rejoices in good. 13:7. Always protects, trustworthy, always has hope, faith, always perseveres. 13:8-10 is blank. Jeremiah. So those right there are examples. Not to mention Christ says to love is to keep thy commandments. The purpose of the commandments is to love from a pure heart. Jeremiah 6:14. They've healed the wounds. They've healed the wounds of my people lightly, saying peace, peace when there is no peace. Ezekiel 13:10. Precisely, because they've misled my people, saying peace when there is no peace. For when the people build a wall, these prophets smear it with whitewash. Proverbs 2:1. My child, if you hide these commandments within you. 2:2. That you incline your ear unto wisdom and apply your heart to understanding. 2:3-4. If you cry after knowledge and lift up your voice for understanding, seek her silver and also her hidden treasures. 2:5. Then you'll understand the respect of the Most High and find knowledge of thy. 2:9. And then you'll understand righteousness, judgment, equity, and yes, every good path. 2:17. Who forsakes the guide of their youth forgets the covenant with thy. Joshua 1:17. As we listen to Moses in all the things, so shall we to you in all things. 1:18. Who rebelled against thy commandments shall be put to death. 1:5, no one will be able to stand before you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I have a star next to this one. 1:7, be strong and of good courage to observe to do according to the law which Moses my servant commanded you, and turn not from it, that you may prosper. 1:8, the book of the law shall not depart from your mouth. You shall meditate on them day and night, that you don't forget and able to do according to that what is written. 1:9, be not afraid nor dismayed, for thy is with you. Hosea 4:11, whoredom, wine, and new wine take away the heart. 4:12, my people ask counsel at their stocks. Also their staffs declare unto them, for the spirit of whoredom has caused them to error and traded whoring in the place of thy laws. Exactly. That's how they get what they want instead of following the laws. 4:13 through 14, I will not punish your children when they commit whoredom, nor your spouse. I have to start for this one for some reason. When they commit adultery, for they themselves are separated with whores. They sacrifice with harlots, and therefore the people that overstand not shall fall. Malachi 4:4, remember the law of Moses, which thy commanded to him on Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments. 4:5, I'll send Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful cycle of the source. 3:9, you are cursed with the curse, for you've robbed me by my tithes and offerings. 3:15 through 17, blank. 3:14, you said this in vain to serve thy. What profits do we have if we keep its ordinance, that we walked mournfully before thy? 3:15, they now call the proud happy, and those who work wickedness are set up, and they who tempt, they are delivered. Matthew 5:25, agree with your adversary quickly while with them, unless they deliver you to the judge and cast you in prison. See, another war tactic of Yahushua. 5:39 through 40, give them the other cheek to smack if they something. Oh, okay, so if they sue you in court of law, and they take your coat, give them your cloak also. See, it's like put on this act of super humbleness that they can't have no fault against you. 9:15, then shall they fast. 9:16, for no one puts new patches onto old clothes, will cause the tear to grow. 9:17, nor do they put new wine in the old bottles, for the bottle may break, yet they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. Exactly. 10:6 is blank. 10:22 or 23, when persecuted in the city, flee to another, for you'll not travel all the cities of Israel before the Son of Man returns. 10:27, I speak to you in darkness, that you speak in light, whatever you hear on the housetops. 11:18 through 19 is blank. 12:25, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. 12:26, if evil cast out evil, it's divided against itself. How then can it stand? 12:27, if I cast out evil by Beelzebub, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. 12:28, and if I do so by the spirit of the source, thy has come into you. 1 Maccabees 4:42, so they chose priests of blameless conversation, such as had pleasure in the law. 4:41, you disappointed certain humans to fight against those that were in the fortress until he had cleansed the sanctuary. 4:45, blank. Isaiah 10:25, very soon my anger against you will end, and my wrath will be directed towards them, in their destruction. 10:24, my people who live in Sion, be not afraid of the Assyrians who beat you with the rod and lift a club against you, as the Egyptians or as Egypt did. 10:23, thy will carry out the destruction decreed upon the whole land. 10:17, in the light of Israel will become a fire, and their Holy One a flame. In the single cycle it will burn and consume his throne and his briars. 10:18, the splendor of thy fortress and fertile fields will completely destroy, as though a sick man who wastes away. 10:19, remaining trees will be as a few as a child would be able to count them. So 10:19, remaining trees will be as so few that a child would be able to count. Deuteronomy 9:5, not because of your righteousness nor your integrity that you take their lands, yet on the account of the wickedness of the nations. Isaiah 10:22, though Israel be as the sand of the sea, only a remnant shall return, for destruction has been decreed, shall overflow with righteousness. 10:21, a remnant will return, a remnant of Jacob will return to the Most High. Romans 2:11, for thy shows no favoritism. Isaiah 10:27, in that cycle their burden will be lifted from their shoulders, and their yoke from their necks, their yoke broken because they have grown fat. Acts 10:34, Peter said, truly I understand that that thy shows no partiality. 2 Chronicles 19:7, careful what you do, for thy will have no parts of unrighteousness, partiality, or bribes.